Okay, I'd like to welcome you, Debbie, to our interview series today. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and a bit of background?
Yeah, my name's Debbie Chilton. I work for Handelsbanken, a Swedish bank, and I've worked for them for the last 2 years. And I've had probably 30 years of experience in financial services, so I worked for various building societies and banks in the past.
You know, in 30 years of career in the banking industry, I think things have changed a lot. I mean, how were things when you first started? I mean, in your career, I imagine it was an exciting time.
It was fun. It was really, really good. And I think it's kind of evolved back to, I hope it's evolving back to how it used to be, because it used to be very personal and you could get to know customers and give great service. And I think the banks have kind of lost their way in the last few years, become too big and forgotten the customer. And certainly the bank I work for, it's all around the customer. So it's going back to delivering that very personal service. And customers are crying out that they want to change. They want different things from their bank.
Because there was that, I remember growing up as a kid, I'd go to the bank with my dad because we were in business, and we'd go and meet the bank manager, and the bank manager and my father had a personal relationship, and you know they would lend us money or give us opportunities on the fact that they knew us, they trusted us, and they supported the business. It wasn't an external decision; it was a personal decision, and I'm sure that led to a lot of poor decisions, or just because you like someone doesn't mean you can lend them money. But there's a lot of benefit for both the bank and the business owner to have that rapport.
Certainly, and I think with my bank, because it's a local bank, we concentrate on the local market. So we get to know people in the town, we get to know businesses locally, and all the professionals. So you know who you're doing business with. And it is on the back of, you know, you can lend to that person because you know them. And we make decisions in the branch too, which is unusual these days.
So it's really your view, whether you're a bank, whether you're a restaurant, or you're a hairdresser, or you run a garage fixing cars. In a physical business, we are operating within a locale, within a community of people. And I imagine that must also, having that approach must also impact your position within the community and how people kind of find out about you.
I do a lot of networking, and you get to talk to great businesses and you find out what's going on, and you meet so many interesting people. And it does make your work so enjoyable. It's great to get up and go to work in the morning because you are meeting and you're helping people locally too.
And that has a direct...
It's really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that really impressed me about you personally, and I guess it's not just the personal, I'm also kind of getting a sense of Handelsbanken as well, is that I actually met you by actually knocking on your door and saying hello, because I get out and about, and I have the similar values, and left a card, and I think we connected LinkedIn, so we used technology to connect, and then you invited me to lunch at the Isabel Hospice lunch. Low-cost lunch. It was lovely though, but I actually... So for me, I've been in and around Hertford for a long time, and we're filming at Hertford today, I wanted to get closer to my community. I wanted to be known within this environment and meet other like-minded people. Not a sales pitch, not getting more... It wasn't about, I'm going out to get more business. My view was, I'm going to go out, walk about and meet more people and make new friends. And off the back of that, it's been quite a journey for us, hasn't it? I mean, you've now, you know, in terms of big collaboration, you came and found out about that. How did this little short, tubby Turkish guy turn up at your Turkish Cypriot guy turn up at your door? How was that? Because I promise you, I haven't had that response from the other banks.
I think, well, for me, I really like people, and I think people buy people, don't they? And yeah, I really got you when I met you, and felt, you know, we had some rapport, didn't we? We built some rapport and got a good, relationship early days. And you're somebody that I know how passionate you are about the collaboration and what you want to do in the community. I feel that about banking and what I do and the customers we help. I came across an African proverb recently, and it's, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I kind of met you at the same time. You were telling me about big collaboration and joining up and hooking people together that can help each other. And it seemed like such a great concept.
The kind of synchronicity.
Yeah, it's almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah, because we started that conversation about 18 months ago with my business partner Jill Tiny. And when we first started, I mean, we were learning how to share the vision, and we were, kind of articulating it as well. So it took, we didn't just walk out and everyone went, yeah, we want to be part of this. And our proposition was one of share our vision with passion and to our best ability. And those people who say, we love it, we want to be part of it, can make a request to be part of it. It wasn't about selling, or it wasn't about numbers, we didn't set targets, we took on a role of being authentic and just going out and sharing our vision. And that strategy has really been, well, bringing people like you and other people that are going to be in this video series into our community. So I want to thank you for that, because you've been so open, and we have spoken to a lot of banks and we haven't had that. I think main thing I noticed in terms of that is they just don't have authority. They're not. It's almost like they're not trusted to do anything.
Yeah, well, it was like that where I used to work, certainly. And with Handelsbanken, they give trust. That part of the whole thing about the bank is they trust people. They treat you really well. You want to do your best for the bank, for the customers. Why wouldn't you? And I think if more businesses had that as their ethos, how much better would we be?
Absolutely, because I mean, quite often as a business, in my kind of career role as a business coach and working with business owners, is if you don't trust your team, they are the main conduit to your clients.
Yeah.
Then, and there's this thing about training your team and developing culture. And sometimes I don't hear it so much now. People say, well, I train them and they leave. And I said, well, what if you don't train them and they stay?
Yeah.
Is that who you want to be, meeting and greeting your clients? So that's the past. You were here today. We're coming up to Christmas 2014.
Yeah.
What's been working? What have you been noticing? Are there any trends, either around finance or business owners or organisations that you're engaged with, maybe within internals of Handelsbanken? And I know you have a book as well, which is...
Yeah, we have a book called Our Way.
Our Way.
Which is written by our CEO, Per Bowman, and it talks about what we are as a bank, who we want to be, how we treat our customers, how we treat each other. And one of the things in Handelsbanken is you keep your costs low, you grow your income faster than your costs, but everything is centred around the customer. So we don't have sales targets or bonuses. We do everything that's right for a long-term relationship with that customer.
That's lifetime value.
Yeah.
And I'm also hearing there's an authenticity in that.
Yeah.
And one of the ways I wanted to have these interviews or these conversations, I wanted them to be of value. I didn't want to be kind of, shouting ideas at people, but more actually for them to have an insight. And we're using words like alignment, and we're using words like context. And for me, things like alignment is actually when you meet other people that are similar to you, there's an ease about it. I think you said when we first met, there wasn't kind of trying to get someone to do something for a reason.
Yeah.
But I'm meeting you so I can get some more customers.
But it's almost you want to help that other person, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what I think when I'm networking. I want to help the businesses we're working with.
Yeah, so there's that upfront alignment.
Yeah, because we are so much better as a team, aren't we? Running a business is really lonely.
Yeah.
And I think business owners need people to come in, professionals they can talk to and trust and help them guide their business or throw a few new ideas or challenges at them to actually make them think about their business. Because you get dragged in, you get sucked into running your business, I think, but you need to be looking outside and how you can grow it.
Yeah.
A lot of people I meet at the moment are looking to grow their business through acquisition or looking to gear up for a sale in the future. So I think things are really positive out there.
Yeah, and I think also what I'm finding is if you've made it through the last 5-6 years, or since the credit, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what you would call it. I don't really think of it as a credit crunch, but since that turning the taps off in finance, businesses have had to get better. They've had to reevaluate. And one of my specialist areas is working with people that are sort of like 45 to 60-year-old accomplished business owners, and the world has changed.
Yeah.
It's changed hugely. We're going back to networking, we're going back to a physical relation, meeting people and actually shaking hands rather than all online. And obviously you're proof that networking is something that's really valid. How have you, do you engage much with, say, the social medias or the LinkedIns and the Facebooks, or is that something that you're...
Huge fan of LinkedIn, and I've been using that for a couple of years now, and that's really good at hooking people up. And if you particularly want to talk to someone in a business, it's an easy way to finding them or getting recommendations to people. Recently joined Twitter and Facebook, and I'm quite a novice at both.
Right.
I think my age is against me. I think the younger people are more used to social networks, etc.
Yeah, well,
and also you've got to be careful what you put out there as well.
Yeah, I think we're a lot more aware of that because I think for us to put out that much information at our age, but I imagine younger people are putting things that may come back to haunt them later. I mean, there's things that I wouldn't want people knowing about me. Which could be could be that. So let's in terms of your role or what you're looking to achieve or provide within big collaboration. I mean, it's early days. I mean, what are your thoughts at the moment? How do you see next year? Any thoughts on how you're going to be utilising the community, adding to it?
Yeah, I mean, I really want to get to know the guys a lot, closer, find out what just have one-to-ones, find out what people do, so where we can hook up together. But yeah, I think it's about when you know people, how much easier is it to recommend them to somebody or be able to hook up people that are going to actually make a difference to each other. So certainly within the group, I'm hoping that there'll be lots of business we can do together.
Fantastic, I like the sound of that. And then a little nod to 2015 is around the corner and beyond. What are the kind of conversations, or how are you thinking about the future in terms of your role as a bank manager, as a human being?
Well, as a mum,
nothing too broad.
As a mum, both my kids will be at university, so I'll have more time. But yeah, as a bank manager, I think we're really, really lucky in the UK. Our economy's strong. Obviously, we've got the election coming up next year, which could, throw a few wobbles out there. But oil prices are low. Interest rates have been low for 5 years now. They might creep up a bit next year, but again, it's really, really low. So I think people are really, really positive out there.
So really, if someone's sitting here listening to this interview, really, this is a time to be, laying foundations, getting clear about what your business is about.
Time to start investing in your business.
Investing in your business,
yeah,
absolutely. And those that do invest are going to reap rewards.
Definitely.
They're going to be...
And the world is a small place, isn't it now? Export, and there's so much we could be doing, not just in the UK, but looking to grow our market. So
that's interesting. Our last video had a theme of global. It's like, because there is this global conversation, and we're local as well. So you operate in a local market here in Hertford. We're meeting people locally. Yet what we do and the way we can impact with our market, our world, our customers can be global, anywhere.
Yeah, and then the potential's huge, isn't it?
Great. I think that's great. Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed your time with us.
Thanks, Erkan.
Appreciate it, and we look forward to the next years ahead.
Yes.
Thank you.